Hello everyone and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, a Mineola man wanted in connection with a February 5th shooting in Sulphur Springs was arrested in Wood County on Friday. Brandon Clayton Souls was arrested by a Wood County Precinct 2 constable on Friday on the aggravated assault warrant for the alleged aggravated assault in Sulphur Springs. Souls also had Wood County charges, according to the Sulphur Springs Police Department. Wood County Jail reports show that Souls was also booked into the jail Friday for possession of 4 ounces or more, but less than 5 pounds of marijuana. Bond on the Sulphur Springs charge was set at $500,000 and on the other at $20,000, according to the Wood County Jail reports. Officers had received calls about 6:45 p.m. back on February 5th that gunshots had been fired and one person was shot. Sulphur Springs Police Department Lieutenant Rusty Stillwagoner released a statement after the shooting, saying that police arrived and applied first aid to the shooting victim, who was not identified until EMS arrived. The suspect or suspects had reportedly fled by the time officers arrived. Sulphur Springs police arrested 2 Sulphur Springs residents Saturday afternoon for alleged involvement in a home burglary, according to arrest reports. Sulphur Springs police officers Adrian Pruitt and Cameron Robinson reported responding after 4:30 p.m. on Saturday to the 400 block of Hennett Street in reference to burglary. Upon arrival, the officers spoke to the alleged victim and several other people, including the 2 males, according to arrest report. The person whose property was involved in the theft alleged that Nicholas Chase Ochoa stole from him. Ochoa was placed into custody, and he admitted to the burglary. 17-year-old Sulphur Springs resident was arrested for burglary of a habitation. And Cameron Joel Wilkes also allegedly admitted to officers that he took part in a burglary and had pawned several items. Subsequently, the 27-year-old Sulphur Springs man was also arrested for burglary of a habitation. Less than $2,000 worth of tools and lawn equipment were reported to be among the items stolen from the Hennett Street address between Friday morning and Sunday afternoon, according to police reports. Ochoa and Wilkes remained in Hopkins County Jail Monday morning. Bond was set at $30,000 on the felony burglary of a habitation charge. The artwork of 3 Sulphur Springs students will be featured at the University of Texas, Dallas next month. The art will be among approximately 150 pieces selected from those entered in the Texas Visual Arts Association 2020 high school competition. Dr. Philip Dick at Sulphur Springs High School, an art instructor, said the Texas Visual Arts Association holds one of the most competitive art shows in the state each year at UTD. The contest is open to high school students in Texas and is designed to feature young Texans' talent in all manner of media. And 6 pieces of artwork from Sulphur Springs High School students were accepted over the weekend to the competition. Callie Harvey had 3 artworks accepted, according to Dr. Dick. Her works include or use a color pencil and acrylic to depict dogs and a horse. Abby Scott had 2 portrait paintings accepted, and Kennedy Lee had a graphite drawing of hands accepted. The TVAA exhibit will be on display at the University of Texas Dallas Gallery from March 3rd until March 21st. In sports, the Lady Cats soccer team trailed 1-0 at the half on Friday night before rallying in the second half to defeat Texas High 2-1 in Texarkana. The Lady Cats improved to 3-1 in district play. We get more from Lady Cats soccer coach Javier Aguayo.
It was a good win. Came out, like I said, second half and worked hard, and we got the win. We got 2 goals in second half, so pretty happy about that. Yeah.
Very frustrating in the first half, and you get behind 1-0.
Oh yeah, especially you're working hard and all that, and nothing's going in your favor. Girls couldn't control the ball, couldn't get traps, couldn't settle the ball. We were trying to play balls in there. I mean, we can't play like that. We're a team where we have to play the ball on the ground, just play easy. But yeah, Ch.18 came out strong. They were pressing us pretty well. Like I said, it forced us to start putting balls in there. We couldn't create through balls or nothing like that. But other than that, we had a couple of chances. Within the last 10 minutes of the first half, Ch.18 got a goal in. They played a through ball through the wing and crossed it back inside. The girl was open second post and tapped it in. It was a good goal. It was a good play. But like I said, during the half, I told the girls, hey, let's put the first half behind us and just let's keep working, and just let's play the way we know how to play. Yeah.
And that was the key, and that's what they did.
Yeah, that was a key. Thankfully, they listened, and then they just put it to work. We came out, we did some changes, started moving some girls around, which helped us out as well. We started noticing their left back was a little kind of like their weak side, so we put a faster girl on the right side, and that helped us out a lot. Started playing through balls to the right, to the left, and we had a lot of chances second half that, honestly, Ashley Noe could have put in about 4 goals herself, which, I mean, their keeper was a really good keeper. Yeah. She had a couple breakthroughs, one-on-ones with the keeper, but, I mean, like I said, she was a good keeper. Other than that, we kept possession of the ball pretty well. Thankfully, we broke their high press. They were high pressing us pretty well first half, but other than that, we broke their press, and second half went in our favor. We got 2 goals, one by Rebecca Stanley, and then the second one she assisted to Haley Robinson, which was a phenomenal goal, about almost 20 yards out. Yeah.
Now, we remember Royce City as a very, very good girls team last year, so tell us about them this year.
Yes, like I said before, last year they won district. They had a phenomenal team. They could move the ball from side to side. They keep the ball on the ground. But this year, I know early on they struggled. They went out to the White Ladies tournament, and they had a couple injuries. I believe their number 9 was out, but now recently she came back. She has 6 goals in district so far, so she's good. She's a sophomore. Kind of like our Rebecca Stanley, but she's a little faster and of course, play striker. But I think she's going to be the key of the game for them. I think she's going to be the main key for them. Is going to help them out a lot. Sorry. So we need to focus and just track her down, trying to see where she's at all the times, and just kind of shut her down. Like I said, she has 6 goals, so it tells you something. When a player has 6 goals, I mean, yeah, they're out there doing work for their team. They still play the ball a little bit. They move it around, but like I said, they have some key players out. I think they're out for the rest of the season. I've seen a couple videos on them. They try to play the ball, spread you out, create those gaps, same as us, and then also they like playing a little bit in the air. So we have to watch out for those air balls and just kind of shut number 9 down. Yeah.
Both the Wildcats and Lady Cats soccer teams will be playing Royce City Tuesday night. The Lady Cats will be playing at Gerald Prim Stadium, and the Wildcats will be playing at Royce City. The young and inexperienced Lady Cats softball team opened the regular season with 1 win and 4 losses in their own Sulphur Spring softball tournament this past weekend, with all games played on artificial turf at Grand Saline. The Lady Cats beat Pleasant Grove and lost to Prairie Land, Grand Saline, Duncanville, and Gilmer. More from Lady Cats softball coach David Carrillo.
First of all, we were really blessed to find other places to play. So, Grand Saline had turf, and so did Emory. So we played there, and then we finished up running Mount Pleasant, Grand Saline, and Emory. And we probably could have played at our place on Saturday, but just the uncertainty of it, we just decided to move everything everywhere else. So, overall, it was a great tournament, for all the other teams, and for us, we're just growing. We're very young and inexperienced at spots, and to me, I know some people will look and say, hey, what's wrong with Lady Cat softball? They went 1-4. But, to me, it's just part of a learning experience and a process that we're going to have to go through. And There is nothing I'm ashamed of these girls for. They go out there and they play and they do the best they can. We just need to do better. And there's certain things that I know that we can fix and do better. And my goal is to get better from this tournament. And I challenged them after the tournament was over is see what we did this week. And by the time the end of the season is, if we have improved anything, then we had a successful year. Because I think sometimes we get caught up and learn living in the past. And like I said, we just have inexperienced kids right now. And I feel like we'll get better. But I do know, I mean, this is no easy schedule either. And we didn't schedule anything easy. We're going to Allen this week and playing Mineola on Tuesday. They're really good, and then we're going to go to Wiley and play them too. And then spring break ain't no easier either. So we're playing some really good teams. This weekend we faced 5 good pitchers. So it's just part of things that we have to learn and grow. And just getting our basketball kids, we just kind of threw them into the fire too. So they really just kind of got out there and probably got their first look at live pitching. So that being said, it's okay, and we get better and we're going to grow. And I'm excited, with the team that we have and the direction that we're going to go from here on out.
Even with the team struggling, very impressed. Looked like Ch.18 Harper up at the top, and Colbria Harrison seemed to be, getting some hits and doing some things. Yes,
I'm very, very impressed with Ch.18 Harper. She does a great job. She's a freshman, and she's been a real pleasant surprise. She moves the ball, and she has gotten a few hits, and she's been hitting in the scrimmages too. She's probably one of our leading hitters, or if not the leading hitter we've had throughout the scrimmage season as well as early in this season. Colbria, we just threw her out there, and she's just kind of raw, but she had a good tournament, for hitting the ball and moving the ball and doing some things. Our main concern is to find a lineup of 9 that can hit the ball or move the ball and put it in play, because we did strike out a lot against Prairie Land, and we just weren't moving the ball, and that's my main concern is we need to put the ball in play somehow, some way, and make something happen. We're a little bit different than last year, where I feel like we have a lot more team speed overall than we had last year. So that being said, we're just going to have to do things differently, and our kids are going to have to be really patient and realize that we have to make strides to get better every game. I'm not really worried about that scoreboard. I'm worried about the scoreboard when district starts. Everybody goes, well, who's on varsity? I'm like, well, you know what? When district starts, I'll know. When you see that starting lineup, that's what it is. So, that being said, things like this happen. You have these years where you have to, let's just be honest, you have to kind of regroup and get some games underneath your belt before things start getting better. But again, by no means am I discouraged or down on my kids. I love these girls, and these girls are going to come through for us. I know they're going to do the best they can, and they're going to continue trying to get better, and that's our goal.
I've been so busy I haven't seen everything that they've done this year, but I went back and reviewed the first scrimmage that you had, and we beat Rockwall.
Yes.
If this team can do that, they can get where you want.
Yes, and that's the thing. These kids, a lot of them have played since they were little kids, and I know they have capabilities of hitting and things like that. I think sometimes you just get into your head a little bit, and when things don't go well early, it can create doubt. And that's what I'm trying to tell them, that quit worrying about what I'm doing. Worry about your play. Because I'm not a tyrant. I'm not going to bite their heads off. I just want them to do the best they can with the ability that God gave them. And I want them to continue to grow, and on and off the field. So that being said, I think we just, they're just young. And they want to push and they want to please. But you got to also be in your right mind when you're doing it. So, we'll get better, and, our basketball girls will get back in the groove, the ones that we have, and like I said, our returning starters from last year, I know they're going to come through and they're going to hit the ball, and, Addison, Cadell, she's going to get better in the circle, and, we're asking her to do a lot of things, and I feel like she's been able to handle it well, and it's just early, and I feel like we'll just continue to get better.
And the Lady Cats softball team will be playing at Mineola on Tuesday evening. The Wildcats tennis team played in a John Tyler-sponsored tournament in Tyler on Friday, and Wildcats tennis coach Tony Martinez highlighted some of his players who did especially well.
I believe we had Savannah Lilly, and she played with Catherine Hurd, Katie Beth Hurd. They played doubles, and they They got first place in the girls' doubles division. I've had still the tough team of Aaron, Lucas, and Logan Schumacher in boys' doubles. Had a real tough match with White House, and I felt like if we could have won that match, we would have probably won the tournament. But we ended up getting fifth place with that loss, so they ended up getting fifth. They won their first round, but then proceeded to win every three matches. And there were some good wins there, too, over White House and John Tyler. So we were really happy with the wins there. And then, of course, our mixed doubles team, Jonah Kirkpatrick and Jolie Cantu, did real well. They got first place this week. And last week it was third place, but this week it was first place. And we met a real tough team, Bullard. And we played Bullard earlier in the season back in August. And they didn't have that strong of a team. But this team now today put together was a very strong team. And they took us like 7-5, 6-4. And that 7-5 was a close match. Other than that, all our players did well. Carlos Lopez. Carlos got first place in the consolation boys singles.
Oh, good.
And we're really happy with that. He's coming along fine, what we wanted to see. But everybody else, it was a good turnout for everybody. It was a good warm-up for us for our tournament this coming weekend. So
that was a good lead-in. It's a big week for you. You've got JV tournament coming up and varsity this week right here.
Yeah, JV on Wednesday. And that's kind of grown to 16 schools. Normally I had like 7 or 8 schools. And there's been some boo-boos here and there where, you got to notify everybody. If you make a notification, you got to make sure you notify all other 15 schools. And then we have the little round robin on Friday with the varsities with Denison and Sherman and Rowlett and John Tyler. And we're looking forward to that because the kids are, guaranteed 4 matches that day. So it's going to be a good day. And the weather looks good. Kind of cool, but with the sun out, we're happy. No rains in the forecast.
Coach Martinez in Sulphur Springs will be hosting a JV tournament Tuesday and a varsity tournament in Sulphur Springs on Friday. 3 Lady Cats powerlifters went to a Commerce girls meet Friday, and the Wildcats powerlifting team was in Commerce on Saturday, where they finished 4th. I talked first with Sulphur Springs powerlifting coach Casey Jeter, and then with 2 of his senior lifters, George Greenway and Sable Erdmeyer.
With the girls' meet, we had 3 lifters come in and lift. For 2 of our girls, we already knew, Addison Lamb and Sable Erdmeyer. We knew that they were already set for regionals, so it was really just a lifting meet. It was just a way to get another lift in, another workout in, and stay used to what they were doing. In that meet, Sable, she had the same total that she'd actually gotten before, which was a good thing because we expected her to be lower because we had worked out so hard that week and coming into that meet just as another workout. So we were actually really proud of that. Sable walked away with first. Addison, it was a harder meet for her, again, because the workouts had gotten to her. So, but we're expecting her to have a really good showing at regionals. Right now, Addie is tied for 4th in the region, and Sable's actually in 3rd in the region. We had someone come out of nowhere on her. But it's close, and if I know Sable Erdemeyer, she's going to be ready to rock and roll. Rory Young had a good meet. We were trying to get her into regionals, so this is her first year lifting. We missed it just by barely. So she PR'd on squat and bench press, and overall was a good meet for her.
Very good. The guys in
Saturday, the guys meet. We were pushing real hard. We've got about 6 guys that are on the fringes of being able to go to regionals. We were trying to push them pretty hard to get there. Several of them had a great day. Chad Menard came out and increased his squat from 525 to 550. Got his bench press up to 285 pounds. Just really had a great day, and he has had a great year. And just to show you how competitive it is in the 220, he's in 9th place right now in the region. So he's got a good chance. He's probably going to regionals. Who else? Freshman Matthew Mitchell had a great meet. Ended up squatting 470 pounds for a freshman in the 181-pound weight class. Is great. I think he had a bench press at 240 pounds. I mean, he's really having a great showing. Expect big things out of him next year. Austin McCain in the 114s jumped 25 pounds on his total. Just a great day for him. He's going to regionals. We've still got another week until the final numbers come out, but regionals is next Wednesday for the boys in Pine Tree. George Greenway showed up and decided that he was going to squat 705 that day, which the state record is 705. So now he'll have to do it at regionals and state for truly qualify, but it was a really good showing and a really good deal, and he looked very strong in it. I expect him to have a lot more at him at regionals and state. Overall, as a team, we did very well. Radon McCormick came out and squatted 600, jumped his squat by 50 pounds. He's looking down at he got 285 on bench and 460 on deadlift. He's right now number 5 in the region. Who else did great that day? A lot of kids did some great things.
Haven't heard the word Carrillo yet.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can never forget about the Carrillos. Jesse Carrillo had a good day. We kind of matched our old Max. We're kind of finding and getting everything back together where we need it. He ended up first place in the meet. And Ryan Carrillo squatted 505, which was huge for him. He finally broke 500. We've been trying all year. And he seems to have a lot left. So we kind of broke that barrier, and we're going to keep going. And he bench pressed 315 pounds, which was really, really good for him. Right now, Ryan is number 3 in the region. So he's got a good chance of making it to state. Jesse's number 2 in the region, definitely looking at going to state. And George Greenway is number 3 in the region, looking at going to state. He's already 50 pounds above the state qualifying total. So it's a very strong region this year.
Is this the best powerlifting team you've had? I know that's asking a lot to look back over.
I've had some great teams. I've had some great teams. I would not. Powerlifting is such an interesting sport. It's very hard to match individuals. But this year I've got the largest group I've had at chance of going to state and qualifying for state. And this is the first year where I've had a lifter that could point at state to get in the top 5. And so in that manner, yes, maybe the best.
It's like all sports. It depends on how the playoffs turn out, and if the playoffs turn out well, usually.
Yes, sir. So it's always what competition do we have, and let's see it when we get there. And that's the fun thing about powerlifting is you get a true aspect because you get to see all their numbers, and we absolutely know where everybody's at and how they're ranked right now. But guess what? You got to show up to regionals and state and do it.
That's it.
And you got to lift the weight. So thank you.
All right, you've got a couple of your.
Yes, I've got some outstanding lifters here. I'd like to first introduce George Greenway. Come on up, George.
Sure, George.
George is a 4-time regional qualifier and looking at being, for sure, unless something just crazy happens, a 2-time state lifter. Right now he is number 3 in the region, also number 3 in the state. We have the strongest region. So anything you want to say, GW?
Oh, well, it takes a lot of hard work. You have to really put your whole life into it, and it just takes all your spare time. And you just got to love the sport. You got to love the sport. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious all those years put in. A lot of players will lift, a year or two, and then they're kind of gone. Or maybe their senior year, but you hung in there.
Oh, yes, sir. I hung in there because I love it. And I have a great coach, so he just keeps pushing me to do greater things every year.
How do you warm up? Do you go out and find a heavy car to lift?
Oh, no. I actually warm up like everybody else with, just the bar. And, got to keep the muscles warm so you don't have an injury.
And are the totals you're getting, does that surprise you a little bit, the success this year?
Well, actually, it does surprise me a lot because during the football season, I broke my collarbone, so I didn't know how powerlifting would work out. And I overcame that, and now I'm just beating PRs. And, I'm beating records now, so I'm very shocked.
100% recovered on that.
Yes, sir. It feels great.
All right. Are you looking forward? You got a lot of big things coming up with regional and state, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
A lot to live for.
Yes, sir.
We think of it as an individual sport, but there seems to be a lot of camaraderie and a lot of teamwork on this team.
Oh, it's all teamwork. It's like an individual sport, but you need your teammates there. You need their support. You need their training. You need to practice with them. And without them, there'd be no state or regionals for anybody because you need the love from your teammates.
How's this year going for you?
It's going really well for me. I'm definitely excited with the numbers that I have gotten and that I did push through this week's workout to get those numbers again. So hopefully my everything will go up at least 20 more pounds this next coming meet.
Now, the bench press is a challenge.
Yes.
But yeah, that's been coming up.
It's
all
been
year
getting
long.
there, slowly but surely, for sure.
You started out where, under 100 maybe?
115?
We started at 115.
115, okay. And it's up to what, 135?
135.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And the goal is 145.
Now, the amount you squat and deadlift blows me away. I just can't imagine. What's that feel like?
Well, Coach Jeter actually put me in a new suit this morning, so it's definitely pinching my skin, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, those kind of weights. But yet, you're third in region. I know that fires you up, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, it does.
You want to be number one.
Always.
Of course. Like, why would you even ask that question? But you have, now you've got regional and hopefully state. So,
Yes, sir.
A lot to live for, and so you just keep working hard, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the key to being a good power lifter?
I would say having a good coach, showing up on time, and being there for your teammates.
And it is, again, like we talked to George about, you can tell, around the powerlifting meets, it's an individual sport, but at the same time, your teammates are there for you when you do well.
I don't think that I would be able to pick up 360 pounds without my teammates yelling for me to pick it up.
All right. Does Coach Jeter, I imagine he yells, doesn't he?
Oh, yelling and jumping.
A little bit.
Best of luck, and we'll enjoy what's ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
2 Hopkins County basketball teams have advanced to the regional quarterfinal in girls basketball playoffs, Saltillo and Sulphur Bluff. The number 11 ranked Saltillo Lady Lions continued their impressive season Friday night with a 66-25 area round win over Henrietta Midway at S&S Consolidated in Sadler. The Lady Lions got a big game from Anna Reeder, who had 22 points. Jocelyn Ochoa and Christina Wade had 10 points each. Brittany Peoples had 9 points. Chandler Bain scored 7 points. Maddie Smith and Juliana Giles had 3 points each. The Lady Lions season record is now 30-7. The Lady Lions play next in a regional quarterfinal game against number 21 ranked Slidell. That'll be Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. at Trenton High School. The Sulphur Bluff Lady Bears defeated Bryson 49-44 in an area contest at Tioga Friday night. The Lady Bears had trailed at the half 28-23, but outscored Bryson 26-16 in the last 2 quarters to get the big win. This is the Lady Bears' first visit to the regional quarterfinals since 2004. For the Lady Bears, Skylar Stanley had 8 points. Ann Dorner had 10 points. Jada Wade had 9 points. Allie Colette with 7 points. And Delina Di Donato, Bailey Neal, and Angel Brown all had 2 points. The Lady Bears' season record is now 23-12. The Lady Bears will face number 2 ranked Dodge City Monday at 6 p.m. at Chisholm. And right after that Lady Bears game, the Sulphur Bluff Bears also face Dodge City, also at Chisholm. And that's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for joining me, and so long, everybody.